I'm live. Hello, everybody. Aw, I see my candle burning in the background. That's really cool. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this End Your Year Strong. Started off really good there, didn't I? End Your Year Strong. Boost your year. Let's just end it energized. Yeah. So I know that opening could have been better, but whatever. Happy Thursday, everybody, or whatever day you are watching the replay. I am Liz Philippone of the Mindfully Fit Ninja, also the Facebook group Mindfully Fit for Life. So I am so excited to share with you your end of year energy boost talk today. This is about energizing your season with movement. I'm going to talk a little bit about supplementation and the power of small breaks. Yeah. So before I hit the ground running with this topic, I just wanted to, so I'm just checking. If you are hopping on live, please say hello. I would love to hear. I like to see when people come on live. It just gives me that boost of energy too. Hi, Liz. Okay, where are my notes? So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me, because I get it. We're all pressed for time, right? So before I hit the ground running on what I'm about to share with you today is I'm in the middle of my Slay December group. It's going amazing. It is. It's going amazing. I love seeing people chiming in, getting those small wins, and I'm seeing consistency with people. I'm definitely seeing that. Sure, sometimes we hit those walls, right? But that's why the group is there for when those walls hit, right? And then I check in on them and they check back and said, oh my God, I fell off the horse, Liz. I fell off the horse, but now I'm getting back up. Hi, Flo. Hello, good morning. So we do, it happens, right? We fall off, but that's what the group is for, right? You have that little app on the phone to check right back in, and I am there too to check in on you, because when you don't do anything, I see that you don't do anything. Yes, that is the cool thing about this app, is that when you don't do the task, right? And you might do it the next day. I give people a little bit of wiggle room. I do, especially this time of the year. But when I don't see things getting done, I message you. I say, hey, how's it going? How are the workouts going? Because I don't know. Maybe things are tough and, you don't say anything. You forget, right? I get it. There's so many things that happen. And we have ADD with all this digital stuff in our lives today. So it's okay. Right? It's okay. And that's what that group is for. And the Slay December, it emulates my Stay on the Move membership, which is a monthly membership. And it's all the same stuff. You get the accountability, you get the short workouts, you get those little boosts of motivation every week from me, and you get a 30-minute one-on-one call with me to set your plan up, to evaluate your plan if it's not working, right? That is the key thing there. That is like the additional thing, the additional bonus of accountability right there that you're going to get. So those of you in my Slay December and Stay on the Move membership, don't forget to schedule that call. I will be getting back to you on that. I'm also excited to do my Cool Coaches Collaborative. I mentioned this last week with some fellow colleagues. We had our meeting yesterday, and we are getting excited to share just different things that not only we do, but also giving, our audiences, right? Each of our audiences a taste of other coaches' work offerings, what their magic powers are, right? because I'm not saying that what I don't give gives you value. I know it does. But sometimes it's good to spice it up and you get some new blood, some new formats, ways of moving, right? And other tips too, and motivation and education from other coaches. So I'm excited about that. Stay tuned for that. That's going to happen in January. We're getting all that organized now. And then I am going to talk a little bit about supplements, but I'm not going to talk about it right now because I want to get into my quick little talk. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about how you can support your body in a different way, in a safe way, with a natural thing, a natural supplement that our bodies do produce. But as we get older, reduces. So there you go. Here we go. So I'm going to jump into this. So I shared a poll with my Facebook group and even in my email list. You know, I asked people, what helps your energy more? Right? Is it morning movement or digital detox? Is it, you know, a quick brisk walk? Is it, I gave some other different examples, but I asked that question, and I'm going to be talking more about how movement can energize you. Last week, I talked about how a digital detox can help you. If you missed that live, go back to the video before. If you're watching on YouTube, it says how to digital detox without being overwhelmed, something like that. I don't remember the title exactly. And then of course, if you're in my Facebook group, you can just scroll down to the video from last week, and I can totally link that in the comments as well if you don't want to go searching frantically for that one. So last week I talked about, okay, we acknowledge the holiday stressors, right? We acknowledge them, full busy schedules of all these things, social commitments, travel. Some of us travel during this time of the year, colder weather, depending on where you live. It's cold, especially where I live in upstate New York, the Albany area. It's cold, man. Those of you who are in the Albany region, can I get I don't know, what do I want you to do for me for that one? Give me like an emoji like this one, you know, like you got me, right? You're with me on that one. It's so brutally cold. Hang on one moment. So, hello. I'm so sorry that I left abruptly. I hope you all are still there. I almost set a fire to the house, but we won't talk about that. All right. Going back to, hey, this is real life when I do these live streams, but all is well. All is well. Okay, I am back. Sorry for that brief pause where I just left. So I went back to those reasons why we feel so drained in the season. I love having notes because I can completely pivot now. So we acknowledge the holiday stressors. Also, there's increased screen time, right? Because I talked about that last week. And our energy just gets drained out more quickly when the nervous system is just always on. So definitely listen to that live stream from last week. All right, and today I'm going to talk about morning movement. Morning movement, during the day movement, even evening movement. Sometimes you can do slower movement at night so that you can go to bed easily. Morning is really great to incorporate light morning movement because it does these amazing physiological things to the body. It boosts circulation. It loosens stiff joints. It elevates your mood and your focus. and it sets a steady energy tone for the day. Doesn't that sound awesome? Yeah. So I am going to show you I'm going to show you what to do. If you can't do this with me right now, that's okay. But, you can always go back to the live stream and, go scroll through to this part. But it doesn't have to be this morning routine, this movement routine. It doesn't have to be 5 to 10 minutes. It can just be a couple stretches. It can be some mobility drills. It can be some light walking, even if it's not too cold out. Yeah. And consistency beats intensity. I'm going to say that again. Consistency beats intensity. If you're just consistent little by little each day, it's going to pay off. And I know I say this all the time, but it really is. It really is true. All right. So here we go. I'm going to just show you a quick little thing. So what I generally do let me just get my camera so I can see and that you can see me. Okay, perfect. So let's do this. What I like to do is basically a upper body sun salutation. That's all it is. So if you do yoga, wake up, you get out of bed, you stand with your feet on the ground, you relax your shoulders, and you might still be a little bit sleepy, but it's just simple as this. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up, exhaling, sweeping them down. And you just continue to inhale, sweep the arms up, exhale, and sweep them down. Maybe you do this 10 times. Yeah. Just inhaling up, stretching the arms, exhaling down. And as you reach up, you press the feet down so you're getting the legs to also work with the body. You are increasing circulation. When you wave your arms like this, it signals the heart rate, your heart to start to pump blood, because it's like, oh, you are moving. You're making big movements. We need to pump that blood to that area. You're going to get more circulation. I like to do this while I wait for my morning coffee to be done. I sometimes do little hip circles back and forth. I can hang on to a counter because, my balance in the morning is just not there yet. So just doing like simple things like that. When you've been sitting all day, whether it's at your computer or in your chair, you've just been doing a project and you've been sitting, or you've been driving, right? Traveling by aircraft. You can even do it that way. But, during your day, you need to stand up from that chair, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. It's going to help dekink any stiffness. Does that make sense? That's it. That wasn't even 5 minutes. That was like 60 seconds. And you're probably like, that's not going to do anything, Liz. Is that really going to do something? Oh my God. For somebody who does it every day, I do it every day. Liz, I know you are online right now watching this. I know you do something every day. It might not be that per se. I've had clients who they do the same thing. I'm like, habit stack it with your habits. While you make your coffee, do your hip extensions. Hey, move those joints around. Do your hip abductions. And they started to do that and it's stuck. So there you go. Simple, quick, and it adds up. Okay, it does. It adds up. All right. So we're not only increasing that circulation, It's going to relieve the screen fatigue, right? We're always on our phones or on our laptops, depending on what kind of stuff we're doing during our day. But it's going to relieve that screen fatigue. That is a real thing. Go ahead and Google it. It is a real thing. It will reduce that physical tension in the body from the stressors of the holiday season. Hence, your nervous system will get calm, and you'll prevent that mid-afternoon slump as well. Even if you do it in the morning, it's going to help you later over time, right? You can't expect one day doing this to solve all your problems. You're going to feel results. You have to do it so many consecutive days to actually feel a difference. Yeah. So just doing that quick little movement break is going to help you so much. Shoulder circles. This one I love, especially going back. If I was sitting at the computer for a long time, if I do the shoulder rolls back, I'm opening up here. I'm able to breathe more deeply, sending more oxygen to my brain, right? Instead of reaching for, caffeine. I used to do that for years. Just reach for the caffeine in my afternoon slump, right? A mini walk. I know I say walking, it's cold out, maybe where you live. It does work, even in the cold. You want to wake up, go outside. All right. So you only really need to do one of those, right? Any of these examples I just showed you, the little mini stretch. Maybe it's a posture reset. Maybe it's a walk. Maybe it's the deep breathing. Maybe it's the shoulder circles. Pick one. Just pick one of those. It doesn't have to be all of them. It could just be one. That's simple. All right. So if you did that little mini stretch with me, did you notice a difference? Even when let's say you have done stretching, do you notice a difference from before you started to after you doing the stretching? I know you probably felt a difference. And it doesn't have to be this monumental thing, right? It could just be that nice little tingling feeling that you get with like, oh, wow, there is circulation of blood and oxygen and flow going on in my joints. Okay. So any questions, any comments? I would love to hear from you. All right. Even if you're watching the replay, that would be great. I'd love to hear from you. Okay. So I talked about my other things, my Stay on the Move membership, my Cool Coaches Collaborative. If you are hopping on late, go back to the beginning and watch the beginning of this video. And again, I apologize for that sudden. I had to flee because my smoke alarm was going off. So getting into the supplementation here. So I know I've told the story, but as I've gotten older, I've noticed more stiffness in my body. I have, especially as I've gotten into my 40s. I am now in my late 40s, and I'm noticing more. And I know I'm going to notice more as I get older. I know it, right? So even with the years of my yoga practice and my movement practice, sometimes the stretching, the foam rolling, the heating pads, and I used to take a lot of hot baths. They're just not enough sometimes. They help. Absolutely, they help. But sometimes you need something extra. And I started to pay more attention to collagen, probably in the past year or so. A friend of mine, she talked about it with me, and I had heard of it. And I didn't think I needed that because I thought it was just about, about just the skin, and I thought my skin was okay at the time. You know what I mean? I thought it was just all about the skin and nails and hair, right? I always thought about that. And I was never really into it. I was like, oh, I don't need that stuff. I'm good. I drink my water. I do my thing, right? But we don't realize that collagen, actually, we have natural collagen in our bodies. It's just as we get older, it's one of those things that reduces. It reduces. So it was just in this past year that I truly understand the impact. So again, it's very much praised for hair, skin, and nails, but collagen peptides actually repair and rebuild the tissues inside the body, the tissues around the bones, the joints, and the muscles, which benefit everything on the outside too. So collagen supports the gut lining of your gut. There's tissues there. The arteries in your body, the muscle tissue, the joint tissue, and the pelvic floor. And I say the pelvic floor because, I mean, those muscles, yeah, they're muscles. There's tissue down there. We need collagen to support our body, right? And the other thing I learned through this company that I use this product, is that there are a lot of collagen products out there are not created equal, right? I definitely look at all the products before I use them. I look at the ingredients, I research the company, where are they coming from, where are they getting their resources from? And I guess you can find some of them can contain heavy metals. Yeah, I was just like, wow. But besides that, I always say research your supplements, look them up. I'm always for that. So on that note, if you're interested in trying one, or maybe you want to talk to me a little bit more about this, you can, maybe you've heard of collagen, you've considered collagen, and you're just like, I would like to know why, so I would like to hear more about your questions, your interests about collagen. Maybe it's connected to something I just said, or maybe somebody else said, or you read, or you heard about. So if you're interested in trying it, comment ache free, ACHFREE. Okay. And if you are on board with it, you're like, yep, Liz, I want to try this. You can get $10 off. I can send you a code for $10 off your first order. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear your side. If you've heard of collagen, you've tried collagen and you thought it didn't work for you, or something, whatever, I would love to have that conversation with you. Okay, so that is it. I am done. Thank you so much for joining me live. And again, I apologize for that brief break that I had earlier. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you soon.